So there's been quite a lot of stuff going on in Hardline at the moment, but today I want to talk to you guys about what's going on in BF4. First of all, let's get the Easter egg out of the way. I think this Easter egg was found a while ago, but I believe a player named Angry Acid discovered a whistling kind of sound on Giants of Corellia. Once you're in the game, head down to Golf, go inside the tunnel, and eventually you should hear a whistle after about 2 minutes or so. However, please note, I'm not too sure what happened, but out of me and the Red Gamer Dan, he was the only person that heard it. I have no idea why that's the case, but I'll keep quiet for a sec so you guys can hear. So there you go guys, I'm not too sure if there's anything else to it, but it's still pretty freaky to hear it. I believe the whistle is here because in the single player campaign, the character Irish, who is modelled and voiced by Michael K. Williams, who starred in a TV show called The Wire, and there's a scene where he walks down a street whistling that exact same tune. But anyway, let's talk about some future content for BF4. You may have already heard about early next month there's going to be a patch of some sorts. More than likely it isn't just going to be fixes and optimizations, there's going to be new features from CTE. Also, there's a rumour going around that there will be a community map initiative on CTA which will either involve bringing in maps from old Battlefield games into BF4, which I'm sure more than likely will happen at some point. I mean, we had that map survey a while ago asking us what maps we'd like to see in the game. Maybe we might see completely new maps to the game, and just to kind of expand on that, this is just a guess, but I'm wondering if there will be some kind of community built map that's entirely generated by us players. That would be a really damn cool idea, but like I said, it's just speculation. But going back to the upcoming patch next month, I think it's safe to say included in that patch, we're going to see the hit marker and site reticle customization options, which is fantastic. Really looking forward to it. I'm guessing the S4 nerfs will also be in the patch, which I know a lot of people won't be looking forward to. I heard there might be some netcode improvements as well, but honestly I can't really say how true that is. Also, apparently the head glitch fix won't be coming, which is understandable. It's not ready yet, it's still in a prototype phase on CTE. And speaking of CTE, there's some pretty major things coming soon, and that involves another full weapon balancing pass. So I'm guessing we're going to see some big changes to recoil, damage, maybe revamping how some of the weapons act. But honestly, I think it's just a few tweaks here and there to recoil, and maybe some damage tweaks to certain weapons. If you guys remember a while ago, the very first weapon balancing pass, we had most upfront 25 damage weapons reduced down to 24, and also had a lot of weapons recoil or rebalance to make it more friendly to use. But we also had damage mold changes to some of the 7.62 weapons that decreased their minimum damage. I imagine this time around it's going to be similar, because if you guys haven't seen my video where I talked about some early stat changes to the Ace-23 and the AEK assault rifles, if you didn't watch that video I'll leave a link in the description. But basically the Ace-23 had a small recoil increase but had its ammo capacity increase. The AEK also had similar stat tweaks. But going by these changes, we might roughly see similar tweaks to other weapons in the game. To be perfectly honest, I don't really understand why we need more weapon tweaks. I can understand that maybe DICE want to change some of the weapons that nobody hardly used to give them some kind of feature for people to actually want to use them, but it seems like DICE want to figure out some clear roles for guns, possibly grouping them up between easy to use low damage weapons to harder to use high damage weapons. Also, on top of that, it sounds like DICE will consider increasing the headshot multiplier. I think if my memory is correct, this was considered a long time ago in one of the earlier CTA initiatives, but I can't remember exactly what happened. It never seemed to go ahead. To be honest, I don't mind a higher headshot multiplier. I think it'll put more emphasis on skill, so you have more of an incentive to have good aim. I'm guessing if there's some kind of overall damage reduction again, having a higher headshot multiplier will be a nice trade-off, so it will make the game less about just aiming down sight and simply aiming at your target to kill him, but instead be more about putting more effort into aiming to get that headshot, which essentially will increase the overall skill cap of the game, which people can argue the skill cap is pretty damn low in BF4. Also, in a recent CTA patch, we had the option to turn off aim assist. I know you're probably thinking, why the hell is aim assist on a PC server? Well, it's on there for testing purposes. If you want to, you can hook up a gamepad to your PC and try out the aim assist that I believe is exactly the same as what it's like on the consoles, but ultimately the main goal is to finally give console admins the power to completely turn off aim assist on the server settings, which I know is really good news for some console players out there, and I believe aim assist as a whole might see some tweaks here and there to maybe make it less powerful. I can't really talk too much about that because I've had no experience with aim assist, but yesterday for almost 2 hours I actually tried to find my old Xbox 360 that I packed away a long time ago, hoping to find the controller and plug it into my PC. But unfortunately I couldn't find it. I was kind of hoping to get some hands-on experience with aim assist so I can get a better idea how it works. But anyway guys, that's it for today's video. I know I brought up a lot of topics here, so hopefully it wasn't too much. I would love to hear from you. What are you expecting or hoping will happen in BF4 this year? But most of all, let me know your thoughts about the upcoming weapon balancing pass. If DICE increases weapon recoil, would that be a massive deal breaker for you, or would you be okay with it if they also increase the headshot multiplier? Leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.